Yeah. So here we are, little ride out on the Ducati 696. It's a bit of a cold day. Got my Gerbing heated gloves on to take the chill off. So, in relation to this bike, what can I tell you? Well, it's 80 brake horsepower, but you've still got a very lively 0 to 60 in 3.75 seconds. So it still does the business. Very easy riding position. The seat's really narrow, which means that even short stops like me at 5'2" are almost flat-footed without any adjustment at all. The one thing I will say is that the brake levers and the clutch lever, there's quite a distance between the controls and the lever. I've got adjustable brakes now fitted on mine, which make a hell of a difference. But I did find when I was riding for some time that I would get finger ache. Bit of a difficult sunlight today, so got to be careful and watch out for these Christmas shoppers and the glare off the road. The handlebars are quite wide, which makes for a very comfortable riding position. I've been on this bike for 6 hours on one time. I think it's fair to say it'd be very easy to ride all day on this bike. It's so comfortable. So an ideal bike for somebody commuting. No wrist ache, no backache. The brakes are pretty good. They're Brembo brakes apparently, and they're pretty responsive without being too sharp. My other bike is an SV650S, and I enjoy the bike. It's very responsive. I get a lot of fun out of riding it, but I can't ride it for very long. After about 2 hours, my wrists hurt, sometimes my back hurts. I just can't ride it for long periods of time. This came up and somebody said I might like it, and indeed I do. Took me a little bit of an adjustment when I first got onto it, with the riding position being so upright, and I was used to a more sporty, lying on the tank kind of riding position. The only thing I don't really like is the exhausts. Not because of their performance, but because of the noise that they make. It reminds me of a tractor or a lawnmower. So very shortly the stock exhaust will be coming off and some new Leo Vincis will be going on, courtesy of Santa. I get a lot of pleasure out of my carbon exhaust on the Suzuki. I smile when I hear it grunt between my thighs, and I'm hoping to get the same from this. Oh, it's really difficult sunlight today. It's a bit difficult to be sensible on this bike. Can't help but sort of weave in and out of the road. It just eats up the corners. You can lean on it and it just takes it. There's some vibration. There is some vibration through the foot pegs. There's very little through the handlebars. Again, unlike the Suzuki, used to give me pins and needles. This doesn't. I hope for him and the pothole. One thing I love about this bike is the adjustable mirrors. You can just touch the mirror, the glass on the mirror, and it adjusts. So it's so easy to do when you're on the move. You haven't quite got your mirrors right. I've had a few extras fitted to this bike. Most notably, the gear position indicator. I found that when I went into 6th gear, and I hadn't realised I was in 6th gear and tried to find the mythical 7th gear, it popped out of gear. So now I've got the gear position indicator, and it's a double check for me if I think I'm in top gear to make sure that doesn't happen at high speed. In comparison to the Suzuki, I've never felt the acceleration on this bike is quite as quick, and that might just be the power delivery. It's not quite as smooth as the Suzuki, not as responsive, but it might be that this sprocket is holding back the gearing as well. So that's something that we'll need to look into. Perfect bike for a little girl like me, 5'2", 770 centimetres seat height, very thin seat as well. I'm almost flat-footed on this bike, which is quite amazing for somebody of my size. I did get the chance to sit on a 796 and 1098, and they're much higher. So I think the short seat height is very much confined to this model. The other thing to note is there's quite a handy set of luggage available for this bike. Normal magnetic tank bags are not going to work because the tank is plastic. So you need to think a bit more carefully about what you use for your luggage. I've got the Ducati performance luggage, which comprises of a tank bag which you strap on, but it's rather large, and a rear seat tail bag, and you simply remove the seat cowl with the Allen key, place on the bottom part of the bag, zip the bag on, and away you go. And I think the main point I would say to anyone about these bikes is that they're fun. So here we go, close-up look. As you can see, we've got some white rim tape on the wheels just to enhance the appearance. You can see here I've got the adjustable brake and clutch levers, a necessity I think, particularly if you've got small hands like me. I've got the Harris grips, also again just aesthetics to make it look a little bit nicer. At the front you've got the bikini fairing, which is standard to the 696 Plus. Standard headlight and indicators. My personal view, didn't really need to change those. Brembo brakes, I have no problem saying that. Brembo brakes on this vehicle. The classic Ducati styling with the trellis frame. And you'll see there the R&G teardrop, the aero crash bobbins have been fitted to the side. This is the pearl white variation. For me, the best colour, personally. Tank is plastic, and you can buy covers, tank panels, various different colours if you want to modernise the bike. I think it's called Monster Art, but I like the white. Standard exhaust cans at the moment. Looking forward to changing those. I do like the appearance of the two exhausts on the bike. That's the Ducati 696 Plus. I think you'll agree it's quite a nice looking bike. Ideal for short riders. Very comfortable bike. And so I hope you've enjoyed coming on a not very fast ride with me today. Very difficult to see. But I'll be posting more videos as we go along, especially when we change those exhausts. Thank you for watching.
Happy with that?
Sort of.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I felt a bit of a pump, especially with people next to me. Oh, I do like to go for a bike ride. Oh, I do like to go for a ride. Tumty 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 tum. Tumty dumpty dumpty dum. Go for a bike ride. Go for a ride.